Hello, hello, hello! Hi, welcome in! Happy Saturday. Hello, Ash. Hello, Geraldine. Congratulations on first. You were in band yesterday and a kid who doesn't have came in, Mr. Oh, lol. Hello, welcome in. Study stream. It is a study stream. I have the luck. What? What gave it away? What gave it away? I you know. Okay, so, anyways. Maybe he's trying to get an extension on assignment? Maybe. The bun? What? That's crazy. Anyways, okay, so. Probably only gonna do like an hour or so. We might do an hour study, an hour of Minecraft. We might, I don't know. But I have a midterm Wednesday. Do I have the right title? Does it say Wednesday? Yes. I have a midterm Wednesday and I have a midterm on Thursday. So, the thing is he doesn't even have the teacher. They're just really, lol. It's a little funny. That's a little funny, Ash. But I need to work on flashcards for my exam, my midterm on on Wednesday. So I'm gonna be writing flashcards. I got index cards. I got stacks and stacks of them. I went to the dollar store and I got more because I ran out last week. The day after Halloween. I know, day after Halloween. And on Thursday, also, you can tell I've been writing. Oh, also, okay, I was like, see, one of the reasons I moved downstairs and I decided to do a study stream instead of just continuing to study and not streaming today is because I kept getting distracted because I light a scented candle when I'm working in the office just because, you know, the vibes are good. But I get distracted. And I mean, okay, look at this. Look at this. I was like, I got distracted and, you know, in the process may have gotten myself a custom wax ceiling thing. You know, stamp. It is hand drawn, yes. And that's the design. I'm quite proud of it. I was supposed to be studying and doing my notes, but you know, I made this instead. It is very nice. I'm quite proud of it. Look at the calligraphy. Look at that. Wow, fancy lettering. I know. Wow, I don't do enough calligraphy. Anyways. I have no idea what this button looks like from the side, but I feel like it's very cursed. Did I use a fancy pen for it? I used a fountain pen, but it's not really a fancy pen. I'm gonna be real, Joe lad. I take my notes with a fountain pen. Because, just ask Mischief, or anyone really, if I don't write with a fountain pen, or if I don't write, like, either I have to write with a fountain pen, or I have to write very, very big, you can't read my writing. It's very messy. That's why there's ink all over my hand. You can tell where my writing fingers are. Tuesday, you're gonna look like you're about to oh no. Is that what? Yes, that's why my fingers are always black. See, it's there and there and there. Okay, anyways, let us get into it. I have like 24 index cards already done. Well, not already done. See, the way I do flashcards is I write the subject on it, like the title of what it is, and I go through the entire like list of what I'm gonna do because I write out all my questions beforehand. And then I go back once I finish putting the subject on, and I write the explanation on the back. And then I go over it again and I highlight all the explanations. That way it forces me to go over it 3 times while I'm making the flashcards. So they're studying in making flashcards. And it's not just, you know, speed writing flashcards. Although it is speed writing flashcards. You hate left-handed people? Okay. I do calligraphy with my right hand. If that helps. I have so many markers just like everywhere on my desk to clean up, so I have room to do this. Sure, what? This is my right hand. There's proof I do calligraphy with my right hand. Do you see all this ink? This is my right hand. You're watching You'll Be Back, I swear? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, also I'm behind on Inktober again. In the 1600s, I'd be a right-handed writer. I would be. This is true. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm so behind on Inktober. Maybe like halfway through these flashcards, I will stop and do like the. Actually, how behind am I on Inktober? I think I'm only 3 days behind. Let's see. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, I'm four days behind. In Salem, Massachusetts, I'd be killed. Yeah, because left-handedness means you're a witch. Or whatever. Or something. Anyways, let me just... oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, this music doesn't sound right. What's going on? I understand why it doesn't sound right. I understand why it doesn't sound right. Okay, sorry. I've been distracted. Flashcards, chat. We're good. Markers go somewhere. Put them there for now. And I'm gonna set up my assembly line. I've got my blank ones on this side. I've got finished ones on this side. Where's my marker? And I'm using a marker for this because I'm writing big. And I don't want to use my fountain pen. There we go. And let's start. Man, midterms are simply the worst. That's not true. Finals are also pretty bad. Oh, you know what sucks? Okay, I was looking at my final schedule, which is out now, and 3 of my exams are fine. I mean, one's a little bit annoying because it's on the 21st, so it's super late, but that's fine because I have like a week between my last exam and that one, so I have time to prepare for that exam. And then 2 of them are like day after each other, but like I have a week to prepare for both of those. But my one exam is the day after classes end. It's on a Saturday. I have an exam on a Saturday. We finished class the day before. There's no time to prepare. It's awful. It's terrible. Oh shoot. $37 degrees. Body temp. I'm out of practice talking and studying. I used to be really good at it. Also, you want to see that's whack? I know, it's annoying. I was prepared to have like I haven't had an exam the day after classes end. Usually I have like 3 days or so to prepare. But this one, I have like I'm handing in an assignment the day before my final exam for this one. We have class the day before my final exam for this one. It was solid. 6 out of 10. Fair enough, fair enough. And blank percent. I'm not planning to go see it or to see it at all. I never really got into FNAF. FNF, if you say it right. You know, it's actually pronounced FNF. By the way. But yeah, I never really got into it. Probably because it's classified as a horror genre, right? Right? I'm not just making that up. And I tend to avoid things that are horror, classified or otherwise. Excluding Minecraft. Funf. Yes. No, not Funf. It's FNF. FNF. It's FNAF. FNF. Yeah, it's a horror game, yeah. And I tend to avoid anything that is horror related. You know? Because I know myself. And I am not very good with horror. If you say what? Thou th, then it's Friday Night Funkin'. If you say so. If you say so. Filtering. I also have an assignment I need to get done today. I have to prep 2 midterms and an assignment. Technically 2 assignments. 4 things. And I don't have any time tomorrow. I have to get everything done tonight. Which is why we're doing a study stream. Filtering incoming air. I have to get everything done tonight because I don't have free time tomorrow. Because I have church in the morning. Because my grandmother is socializing time. She's going to church. Is great. It's very great. And then the church is doing a lunch thing that grandma wants to stay for. And I can't exactly, okay, it would be a little impolite of me, you know, I feel like, to bring my my laptop and study during a church lunch, you know? So I'm not going to do that. Just gotta go fast and get it done. Exactly. So I have that. And then, like, right after the lunch, I have the little kids team that I'm helping coach for 2 hours. And then an hour after that ends, we're going to dinner at my aunt's. And we'll probably stay there till like 8 o'clock. So from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow, I am busy socializing and stuff. Touch up on my inner Sonic studier. You're so right. Except I'm not a very quick studier. I'm actually relatively slow at studying, which, you know, it's fine because, you know, I learn and memorize at a pace, and it works for me as long as I get things done. It's fine. But I didn't realize how packed my Sunday was. Oh, and because of that, you know, I just went over my schedule. I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow. There's no time. Unless I did a morning stream, but I'm getting up earlier tomorrow morning so I can get some studying done and work on my assignment. So, yeah. No stream tomorrow, guys, by the way. Man, my capital B's look so nice when I'm not thinking about it, right? They're just kind of smooth looking. But whenever I try and recreate it, it doesn't work. Like, on purpose, recreate it. It just doesn't work. Also, if you're wondering how many flashcards I have to go left, like 93 flashcards left to do. In case you were wondering. This is gonna take me a while. Which is why I decided to do it on the weekend. Because I was like, I'll have 2 whole days to do it. But no, I spent my morning dithering around, doing stuff that was actually needed to get done. Although I meant to fold my laundry this morning. Because I did laundry yesterday. But there's 2 twin beds in my room. I just dumped it on the other bed. The one that I don't sleep in. It's just a pile of clean clothes. Which is better than a pile of dirty clothes. But I do need to go and actually fold that at some point. And I hate being like, it's fine, I'll wait for the weekend. Because I'm not going to be here next weekend. I'm away for a tournament. And also that's a whole week away. And I'm gonna wear some of those clothes. And it's just gonna become a like never-ending cycle. A never-ending cycle is what it's gonna become. There's like 2 terms in this section of the course that are like blank dead space. It's a little funny, I think. Not necessarily funny, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Hold on. Hold on. I'm logging in to this. So I'm actually, I forgot. I was waiting for a reply from someone on a site. And that, I need to log into that from my, I was on it. I'm only logged into it on my laptop. Not my desktop. Also, tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, Monday, I need to remember to play that one video game that I said I'd do for the study. I'm participating in a video game study, by the way, guys. Also, you wonder why I can't focus when I'm studying? This is why. This is why. Oh, I messed that up. Hold on. I need to stop talking for a second because I'm trying to type one of those random letter code things. Please be right, because there's no view password option to make sure this is right, which is so annoying, you know? Like, you gotta have the view password option. You gotta have it. Okay, cool. Cool. Let me just get to my, there we go. I don't have a tissue box down here. It's a little annoying. My nose is a little runny. 1 second. 1 second. Not like super runny, but like you know when your nose freezes or gets cold and then it warms up and then it's runny for a bit? That's what kind of runny. But like a little bit. Just a teensy little bit. A little bit. But yeah, I've been all over the place today. See, today was gonna be my day to sit down and study and do nothing else. But then this morning, I got yesterday, I got in touch and got a response from someone who could weld and fix my sports equipment, which has been still broken for like the past 3 weeks. I've just been using a spare. Lol. Oh. So I got a response yesterday. And the guy was like, yeah, I can just get it done tomorrow or today. And absolutely, just come on by. I'll get it done. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to pass up on this. Especially if he's willing to work on a Saturday. Absolutely. So I went on down. And it was like a half-hour drive or so. So I really should have like stayed in the area because I went and ran a couple errands. Like I went and bought some more index cards and I needed a couple extra hangers. And I went to the bank. You know, I ran a couple errands and that took me about 45 minutes. And the guy did say it would take about 2 hours to do, right? To fix my equipment. Took him an hour. Texted me in an hour. And at that point, I had done my errands and I was on my way back home and I was most of the way back home. So I had to turn around and I spent an extra like half an hour on the road because of that. It's a little annoying. And then I had to sweep the walk because it was snowing again. It was snowing again today, but it's still at the point where it's kind of light powdery snow that I can sweep off. So that's great. And I'm hoping this year that I can kind of stay on top of it, because at some point usually I like don't stay on top of it and I have to start shoveling, but I'm hoping this year I can like stay on top of it so I don't really have to pull the big shovel and like work through packed down icy layers of snow, which is what I've had to do in the past. Although I wish, and I swear there's one somewhere, because I've been using a straw broom that Grandma has in the garage, right? I swear there's a bigger one somewhere. I have no idea where it would be. I'll have to ask. But I was using like a little tiny one. Little tiny. Not... Like that's the size of the bristles. That's the size of the bristles. I swear there's a bigger one that's like this size, but it was like this is the size of the bristles. It's longer than that. It's just like that, yeah. No, the actual broom's this big. Oh no! It's fine. I spelt something wrong, or I started to, but I fixed it, and I made my Y, my L, look like a Y. Wait. Yeah. See, that looks like a Y. Just like a funky Y. It's fine. See, usually this is the fast part. Wait, what is this? This is the fast part of flashcards. Usually. Also, I've been like, all day today, I've been like getting slightly distracted and being like, oh, you know what'd be fun? Yo, hey Lucy, welcome in. You know what'd be fun? I should go play like a round of League. And then I'd be like, no, if you have time to take a break and play League, then you have a time to keep studying. And then I'd just stay distracted, and it didn't really work. I did not get as much as I wanted to done today. I'll probably stay up a little bit later to finish stuff, because I wanted to get through 4 slides worth of stuff, and I got through, or 5 slides worth of stuff, and I got through 2, which is still good. But I wanted to get through 5 today because I'm not going to have time to do more tomorrow. And I still have like 3 others to get through. And like I have Monday, Tuesday to do stuff. But do I really? Do I really? I want to get most of my stuff done before that. But also, okay, I'm really proud. Lucy, okay, Lucy, how are you doing, by the way? How's your Saturday? How's your weekends going so far? Also, look at this, look at the little, what do you even call that? Monograph or something? I designed it for a wax stamp. A wax seal stamp. Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool? Okay. You know, hopefully it can be, or I'm sure it will be fixed, or hopefully it will be fixed in the, in production, right? I went a little flat on my B line here. Not quite round. But you know what? That gives it character if it's not fixed. You got your Halloween costume, and indeed you do call it a monogram, and it's really cool. I know, right? Isn't it? I'm quite pleased with it. Like, look at how the bees go. Look at how the bees go. It's great. Okay. Anyways, we are doing a study stream. If you couldn't tell from the title. Yeah, we're doing a study stream. So, yeah. That's about it. That's what we're doing. Also, okay, I went and got new index. I went and got more index cards today. Knitting break. It says a 5-minute one, right? Hoopster. What do you mean? What do you mean? This is my origins. I'm going. Of course you're not. This is how I started streaming. Is that a 5-minute knitting break, Lucy? Is that what it is for? I should have turned that off. 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off so no one else can redeem it. Because I do need to get stuff done. But I will do this one. Let me just go viewer rewards, channel points. Knitting break. Did that turn it off? Obviously, where would you get the idea from? I don't know. Okay, I turned it off for now. Okay. Someone remind me before I end stream to turn that back on. Also, I don't feel like setting up the knitting cam. No, thank you. That's too much work. I'll just hold it uncomfortably high as I knit here. Okay. Where's my pattern? Timer. 5-minute timer. We're going. I'm losing time. I'll use my index cards as a paperweight here. Okay. We're gonna get like 40 stitches in probably in 5 minutes. Maybe a little bit more. That's my guess. Oh, maybe less. Hold on. This is part of knitting, okay? This is a big part of knitting. Detangling, huge part of knitting. And if you disagree, then clearly you're not a knitter. Lurk playing games with a friend, gonna be in and out of chat. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. I completely understand. I would say the same if I was watching someone else's stream. Well, I wouldn't say the playing games. I'd say I'm studying. I'm not going to be in chat at all. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Also, the best decision I've ever made. The smartest thing I ever did when I started this blanket was putting all my skeins of yarn in plastic garbage bags. Because it works as a makeshift yarn bowl. It's easy for transport and you don't have to worry about the yarn getting dirty. And you can just like tie the top of the bag to like the bottom of your backpack or something when you're traveling, and they just kind of hang there and you can easily like pull yarn from them. It's great. It's fantastic. It also makes untangling very easy. Oh my gosh, is this Billy Bumble? It is! Hello, Ren! Welcome in! How are you doing? Welcome to the study stream. Where I'm knitting for like 5 minutes because Lucy redeemed knitting break. And then I turned that off because we're here to study. We're here to study. We're not here to knit. As much as I love knitting. Is this high enough? This is a good height. This is fine. I don't care that much. Time just moved here and you have a notification that I went live. Did time go forward this week? Is this... Wait, what? Wait, you sent this by accident? Okay. Let me finish it. Okay. 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 Isn't daylight savings next week? I thought it was in November. I'd like, it doesn't really matter to me, but... Still. I can't wait until daylight savings goes back, because then I can start saying my streams in my actual time zone. It's gonna be great. So exciting. Says you went live, but it's AM right now? Oh. Wait, time moved half an hour? What? Or are your clocks bad? What? Wait, Ren, I'm confused. What does that mean? Not went an hour? Have I? Oh, I've already been live for half an hour. Oh. I didn't realize. I was like, there's a half-hour difference there. What? What? Wait, so you did daylight savings early, or was that today? No. When's daylight? I thought it was in November. Am I wrong? I must be wrong. Wait, has daylight, wait. It was today for Poland? Just for Poland, or for everywhere? See, I don't have to worry about when it happens anymore, but it's kind of nice to know, because then, oh, my bun is slowly falling to one side. Oh, well, I don't care. Because then I know when I can start saying stuff in my time zone again without confusing people. So it's good to know. Plus, you know, most of my friends live in places that do daylight savings, so I guess it's good to know. What is this? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 41. Okay. I think it's different in America versus Europe. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. I never really thought about it before, but I just kind of assumed the whole world did the same daylight savings. Huh. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Oh, timer is just about up. I'm just gonna finish these last like 10 stitches in this section. You assume so too, but your boyfriend was like, nah. Whack. Wild. Man, I just, you know, I just assumed. I never really thought about it before. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. There's so many, like, more motions I have to make with my hand when I'm doing this kind of color work, you know? So many more. Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna get distracted and just turn this into a knitting stream instead. No, it's a study stream. It's a study stream. It's not a knitting stream. Okay. It's done. I don't know why the timer sound isn't on anymore. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. What did I do last? Okay, there we are. There we are. Back to the flashcards. Woo! Now it's a true or false question. Their own muscle supply. True or false? It's false, by the way. It is weird that time changes in different days though. Yeah, like okay, I get different hemispheres and you know, time zones exist for a reason. But why does daylight savings? Why is daylight savings different? Why is daylight savings different? Europe, Americas. I assume Central and South America does the same as us. Because, you know, same line. Okay. Okay, oh, apparently Poland wants to get rid of time saving in 2 years? Weird. See, my province already got rid of time saving. It's great. We don't have to worry about it. And there's like, I think the Yukon also doesn't do daylight savings, and like parts of BC. There's a couple places in Canada. See, BC, like the entirety of BC was gonna not do daylight savings. They're gonna do away with it, but they were dependent on whether or not California was gonna do it, because you know they're that same time zone, so they wanted to stay. They didn't want there to be a time change if you traveled across the border, because doesn't make sense. Going from BC to California and there being a time difference doesn't make sense, right? But then, for some reason, I don't remember why, but California bailed and decided not to do it, so then BC backed out and didn't do it. But the Yukon was like, we don't care. We're gonna do it anyways, and they don't do daylight savings anymore. It makes it so it's not dark in the morning when you go to uni. I mean, yeah, but it's gonna be dark regardless, you know? Okay. No, there's no global conventions for daylight saving dates. You walk to the train station? Oh. I walk to the bus stop. I do it in the dark. I walk home from the bus stop in the dark. Next semester, I'm gonna be walking to and from the bus stop in the dark. Same day, because, oh man, I have such a long day. Next Monday, I think it is. Not next Monday. Next semester's Mondays, I'm gonna have a class at 8:30, and then I'm gonna have a class that ends at 9:30. And I have a class in the middle there, so I'm just gonna be at the university all day. There's boards there. Well, just fight back. You could win. I don't know. There's no like easy answer here for why there's different daylight saving times. Okay, let's see. Oh, actually, South America no longer does. Most of South America no longer does daylight savings. That's interesting. Neither does Mexico. Russia and like Asia doesn't do it either. Parts of Australia. Most of Africa. So it's just America, like North America and Europe. And like, okay, there's a couple, like, there's one country in Africa, there's like 2 countries in South America, there's a couple provinces, states. Are they called provinces in Australia? I don't know. There's a couple regions of Australia. New Zealand does it. We're quirky. Yeah. I think, is that Iceland? Iceland does it, or Greenland does it, or wherever that is. Which one's the big one? Greenland. Greenland does it. Yeah. Huh. You know, this just never registered in my mind as something to, like, look up. But now I know. That's really interesting. Okay. Next flashcard. This counts as a study break for me, by the way, even though it's a study stream, because I get like half the work done that I would usually get done. So it counts. The more you know. Exactly. The more you know. When? Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Expand. the something blanks. And the other thing blanks. Another one down. Not first. You're so right. Congratulations on not being first, right? That honor was what was it? Achieved, claimed by Ash right at the beginning, and then Ash left. Cause what are they doing? I think they're watching they're watching Heartstopper. 50 down, guys. 54? 54 down. 62 left to go. 54 down. 52 to go? Yeah, 52 to go. Aha, we're halfway there. Hopefully, this midterm should be a bit lighter than the last one, because this is one class that has 2 midterms, because we've only had like 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks of stuff. So this one should be a bit lighter, hopefully. Although it's weighed the same. I should probably be studying everything. But during this is blank. Internal. See, I really enjoy linguistics, right? Obviously, I switched my major to it. Staring at me, staring right back. Hello. You know, I like, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have switched to my major. But the thing is I'm like repeating some of the like base knowledge I have, because with kin, the first 2 years is just really heavy on like functions of the body, cardiovascular stuff, and other bits, right? And now we're going in and we're like reviewing the basics of like anatomy. And I'm like, I already did all this, but it's fine. You study linguistics too? Nice! What path are you? Of like, you know, what direction are you going? One direction. Sorry. Sometimes I get the urge to make One Direction jokes again, and then I'm like, no, that time has passed. People aren't gonna understand anymore. But if they do, then they're real ones, and I'll keep them. Applied linguistics specifically, not sure. You have 3 languages though, and it's pain. Ooh! So like going into like interpretation or something along those lines. Nice. I'm kind of gearing towards, I haven't completely decided yet because I only just switched into linguistics, but I'm kind of gearing towards like speech pathology and whatnot. So kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. That's cool though. Boom. Not now. Now? Wait. You also had, oh, okay. You also had descriptive grammar of English last year, and now you have descriptive grammar of German? Nice. Nice. I have a bunch of phonology classes, and, like, anatomy that's disguised. Basic anatomy that's disguised as linguistics class. Which is like the one class that I have crossover from kinesiology into linguistics. The only class. Basically. I really went like, you had basic throat and mouth anatomy. Yeah. I really went like opposite sides of the spectrum. You know? Oh, cool. Cool. Pulmonary artery. Why do we need to know this stuff for linguistics? Why do I need to understand how the lungs function? This should be a basics. Like, this is this part of the body, this is another bit of the body. This is what could go wrong. I shouldn't need to know about this is part of the heart. Why do I need to know part of the heart? Hey? What does that have to do with basic throat and mouth anatomy? You have intercultural communication. Sweet. Cool. That's awesome. I can't wait until I'm further into linguistics where I can actually do stuff like that. And I'm not, because right now I'm just kind of stuck on like all the basic classes for second year classes because I switched so late. Or I just switched last year. Text and discourse linguistics. Ooh, what is that? What is that? Also, I did not get enough index cards today when I picked up more. I got 12 packs, right? So I got 1,200. But I use like 150 for every like review set of flashcards I make. So I'm gonna go through all these that I got so quickly. I should have just gotten the box because there were only 2 sets out on the shelf. And I got so many because they're like $1.25 because I got them from the dollar store. And I'm sure there's somewhere you can get them cheaper, but I don't know where that is. And I should, and there were only 2, and so I asked, and like someone brought, or one of the workers brought like the box out and started giving them to me because I was like, I need 10 more at least. But I should have just been like, can I just buy the box? Because then I wouldn't have to worry about running out till like next term. You know? It's like being able to interpret things from text and stuff. Ooh, interesting. Oh, whoops. This is a true or false question, and I forgot to write true or false at the bottom of the flashcard. Is it a true or false? It is true, in fact. Do I already have this one? I swear I already have this one. Hold on. I swear I wrote this one already. Did I write a question twice? I don't know. Hold on. I am searching through. Okay, zone Did I not? What was that? That was like 30 something. Hold on. Wait. That one. Yeah. Okay. Ah! Where are we at? Okay. This is the one. Okay. I swear I wrote this one down. Okay, wait. And you have pro-cemeterian where we read long source articles and take things out of them, interpret, learn. Ooh, cool. Last time we read a study on the difference between and what they value. Oh, that sounds so interesting. Okay. Going through the ones I've written so far, which is like, there's like 50 of them, because I swear I've written this one already. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with having 2 of the same flashcards, but I don't want to have 2 of the same flashcards because that's a waste of a flashcard because I have limited resources. Internal, cellular, external. Maybe I didn't. I could have sworn that I did. You know what? I'm just gonna write this. I don't feel like going through all of these. There's you know, there's a hefty stack. There's 52. Is there 52? Yeah. Wait, I could have sworn I said I was at 54 earlier. I lied to myself, guys. I lied to myself. Gotta check, yes. Man, this is so relaxing. I should do study streams more often. Like, I know it's just kind of me sitting in front of a camera, silently writing stuff. When math isn't mathing. Real. You know, my highest grade in... I did get rid of knitting. Because we're studying, and I need to study. And I can't stop to knit. Every, like, half hour. But yeah, actually my highest grade is in math. And I very nearly went into math. Okay, so when I first applied to universities, right? I didn't really know what I wanted to go into. Like, I was pretty sure I wanted to go into kin. But I wasn't entirely sure. So I think I applied to like 6 different places or something. There's like... I applied to UBC and UVic. And one in Alberta. The one I'm in now. There was one in New Brunswick. And one in the States. Yeah, I applied to 6 different places. 3 of them, I applied for kinesiology. One of them... Oh, and there was one in Ontario. That's 7. Oh, thank you for the health self-cares and everything. You start just to read English checks. Honestly, you should, Ren. That would be awesome. And it would be good for you, you know? Like, it forces you to practice. Okay, but yeah. So I applied to 3 schools for kin. No, 4. Because I did the one in Alberta for kin as well. 4 schools for kin. 2 schools for drama / acting. And 1 school for math. And I got into all of them. Which did not help my decision making. I was like, okay, this is what my thought process was. I was like, I'll apply. I haven't really decided what I want to do. I'll apply to 7 universities. Or I'll apply to a bunch of places. And then whichever one I get into, I'll do that. And then, you know, I got into all of them, which it didn't help. Also, should I come to the States? Ash? I almost did. I was this close. COVID hit, and then I decided I was like, that was my number one school. The one in the States was an acting college. That like streamlined you into Broadway. I got in, and it was really tough to get into school. I was gonna go there, even though I was gonna be in so much debt afterwards. I was ready to go, and then COVID hit, so then I didn't, and I went into kin instead. Yo, is it business time? It's study time. It's study time. Now apply to Harvard? No, no, I wouldn't get in. You went to math physics special high school? No, he said nice. Yeah. But yeah, because yeah, I just couldn't decide what to do. I ended up going to the one that I did because ultimately, I wasn't going to go to the States while COVID was happening, and, you know, I wasn't doing that. And B, it was just the most cost efficient to go to this one because I can just live at my grandma's. I'm making dinner, but you can join? Absolutely. Absolutely, Altier. Can you join? You're here already. What do you mean? Okay, wait. Sorry. I have gotten distracted, and I need to get these flashcards done. I keep starting. These are like 2-word terms definition things. Terms that need to be defined. They're 2-word ones, and I keep starting it in like the middle of the flashcard. And then it ends up being off-center. And then, oh, it's bugging me. Anyways. Oh, did I put that the wrong way? Did I do that wrong? Oh, I just put it the wrong way. Okay. Anyways, back to assembly lining. You're flying over right now? Do it. I already gave you... No, I gave Pebble my address. It's, hold on. Let me see if I can remember it. 69-420... Gay Lane. Oh, I don't remember the city. Over there, I think? I think the city was over there. Somewhere. It's in Ontario, Canada. You need to one day go back to descriptive grammar, check all the words, because there's so many weird terms you can't remember. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Next flashcard. Next flashcard. Oh no! I didn't capitalize my T! I've been, okay, with every other term, I've been capitalizing the words. I didn't oh, that's gonna bug me. That's gonna bug me. I'm just gonna leave the whole thing lowercase, and maybe I won't notice. You just found out there's a city in New York called Gayville. It makes sense. There's also a place in New York called Christmastown or something, or Sanatown. I think it's Christmastown. We drove through it when we were driving across Canada, because when we drove across Canada, my family drove across Canada once, guys. It was fun. I was like 12. I don't remember all of it, but I remember some of it, and it was great. And I remember this one time, there was like, when we were driving through the States, there was like, we had to go through a really humid, or there was a hailstorm, and it was really, really humid, right? And you could just, I just remember having to, like, we did a bathroom stop at a gas station, and we all went in and went to the bathroom, and just like when you got out of the car, it was like you could feel how heavy the air was, and I just remember that very vividly. And then it was a really cool thunderstorm afterwards during the hailstorm. It was really cool. But yeah, we drove across Canada, and we went through the States on the way there, and then through Canada on the way back. It's pretty cool. Guess draw another line on top of the T? No, that'll make it an F. I won't do that. Hello?
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 Billy Bumble, do I sound really quiet?
You sound far away.
Okay, let me move my mic.
But you know what? You are far away. You're 2 provinces away, so it's just realistic.
It's true. Let me just move my mic.
Also, I sent your letter today. I finally got around to it. It's been like sitting on my desk. Well, okay, I wrote part of it like 3 weeks ago, at least, right? And it's been sitting on my desk, and then I wrote the rest of it on the 24th, and it's just been sitting on my desk, and I finally sent it today.
Mumble.
Yeah? Yeah? This is a very descriptive grammar. LML exemplifies all terms related to how words created. Yeah! It's not how Fs work? Okay, I know it's not how Fs work, but we're gonna use this. If you have a double cross T, it looks more like an F than it looks like a T. Yes, Altier?
Do I sound better?
You do.
Okay, excellent. So you know how, like, my desk is in between, like, my bed? Like, my bed is, like, on the other side of my desk?
Vaguely.
Okay, so basically I've switched all the monitors around, so I'm, like, sitting on my bed.
Ooh.
So my mic is, like, was far away, and now it is closer.
Nice. Oh,
Yes.
Love Joyers, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh wait, Altier, did you see my monogram wax seal stamp thing I drew?
I did. I really
Isn't
like
it
it. I didn't
cool?
really have. It is really, really cool. I didn't really have an opinion on, like, the color, so I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I just kind of I had already ordered it by the time people had responded with colors. So it's fine. I went with, like, I got, like, the wax beads where you can mix colors. So I got red and pink, so I can do, like, a rosy red color.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I didn't go with any of those colors that I asked about. You know? Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
See, I was gonna do yellow or gold, but then I was like, I have that gold paint if I want to do a gold seal. I can do the fake gold seal thing. And, like, at that point, I'd rather just get, like, these are just a couple, like, nicer waxing beads, but at once I get to the point where I go through what I'm getting now, I'll just get wax sticks. And
ooh,
that'll last me longer, and I'll have more of a knowledge base of, like, quality and stuff for ordering, you know? So then I can get, like, good quality gold wax. Because if I get gold seal wax seal stuff, I want it to be good quality. Billy Bumble,
no, that's fair.
Oh, thank you, Pebble. Thank you, friend, for me. I like my user too. It's fun to say. Billy Bumble, Billy Bumble.
Billy Bumble! Oh my god, it's Pebble!
It's Pebble, it is. Hey, Pebble, do you remember my address? What I told you? Like, yesterday? The day before that? Do you remember what the city was? I can't remember. You have real beeswax at home? Oh, lucky. I used to have, like, a brick of beeswax that I used to make lip balms when I was younger. But I went through all of that. You know, 8 years ago, I had a brick of beeswax once. You know, just to be relatable. Just to relate to you here,
Billy
Ren.
Bumble, you're so relatable.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I did a yarn spinning class today.
Oh my god. I want to know all about it. Oh my god.
Good god. Well,
everything.
The teacher is not very good at teaching, so...
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, my mom and I are struggling, man.
Like the teacher knows what they're doing and is or is passionate about it, but just doesn't really know how to teach people, or they're
like,
bad
she knows what
and
she's doing,
hate
for
stuff.
Sure. No. She knows what she's doing for sure. But both of my mom and I got, well, one, she's not great at teaching. She has apparently taught this class like five
Bye,
times
Pebble.
already, and but
Yeah.
whatever, right? She knows what she's doing, but she's not good at teaching. But then also, both my mom and I were like walking to this classroom, and we're like, just it felt like we weren't welcome there. It was a weird vibe.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
That's
It
weird.
was, yeah. Like,
I'm
not
so
like by
sorry.
anyone else but the teacher. Everyone else was lovely. Like, it was mostly the teacher. I don't know. I don't know.
Huh.
It was it was definitely like me walking in, and they saw me and they were just like, "Who's this goth kid?" And then realized that my mom was my mom, and was like, "You let them dress like that?" And then it was, yeah, that was kind of the vibe. Definitely
Ash.
clocked me as like 18 as well too.
No, oh no. Ash, I saw your message. I already answered you. And yeah. Your grandparents just have bees? Oh my gosh. I want to have a beehive at some point in my life.
But positives, Billy.
Positive?
I think I'm going to enjoy spinning when I am actually able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite good. I just need to figure out what I'm doing wrong.
That's fair.
Yeah. Raw fiber turning it into yarn is really cool. Really enjoy that, actually.
It is. It is.
I've
never actually done it myself,
cool
but I've watched so many people do it. Very cool.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, taking a class with my mom is fun, you know?
Yeah. Ash, I said you were already here. You've already joined. You're here.
Lol, Ren. I'm trying to not be frustrated that I am not instantly good at the thing. Because, I really shouldn't just be instantly good at the thing, because that'd be a ridiculous assumption to have. But man, do I just want to just be good at the thing.
I wonder if there's definitely at least one spinning class in my city. I'm not gonna get distracted.
It's too nice to say this, but I will time you out if you ask that again.
Oh. Well, that's not true. I've been a lot more firm recently, but
okay.
Thank you for saying that, because I wasn't looking at chat.
Okay. Okay, never mind. Billy will time you out if you do it again.
It's true. It's true. I had to put my foot down with Pebble the other day. It happened.
Yo! Pebble, what did you do? Drama!
Okay, I didn't know. No, I understood what you're talking about, Ash. Okay, what? What?
Oh my god, Ren, I feel that though, actually. Like, dude, Bobbin Lace was actually so frustrating for me, and it still kind of is, because I just didn't instantly get it, even though it's literally like no other fiber craft I've ever done is like Bobbin Lace. And I was like, it involves string. I should just get this instantly.
Real.
And then I didn't, and it was awful.
Anything with strings, just no, instantaneously. Pianos, guitars, knitting, bobbin lace.
Okay, this is not what I meant by
how
that,
to put up like telephone wires. Those are strings. They're just big ones. You didn't instantly get knitting during middle when you had it? Pain? I feel like the first time I went, there was a knitting club in my elementary school, and my sisters were a part of it. I wasn't a part of it, but they did it was like a spirit week thing where every class had to go through, which honestly, thinking back on it, those ladies that ran that knitting club, well done for them, because they had to go through an entire school of K to 9 students in one day and
Good
teach
God.
them all how to knit. But
That's awful. I hate
yeah.
that for them.
That, like, thinking back on it, that is amazing. But that's okay. Technically, I learned how to knit there, but I was like 12 and I didn't really pick up on it, and I thought it was boring. I made myself a little square. I'm pretty sure it ended up like, I don't actually know where it ended up. It didn't come home with me. I know that much. And then, you know, like 3 years ago, I was like, okay, I'm bored. It was like beginning of COVID. I just graduated high school. I had nothing to do, so I taught myself how to knit. But
Wonderful.
I couldn't figure out how to
Really?
cast on.
You just reminded me about another thing, and now looking back on it with like the context of the rest of the class, oh my god. So we were doing introductions, right? So I said my name, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm a knitter. I've been knitting since I was 9, so about like 15, 16 years. Blah, 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 right? And I was wearing a sweater that I had knitted, and a couple of them complimented me on it, so that was lovely. But then, oh my god. But then, like, they were talking about how hard it is to, like, learn how to knit, because my mom doesn't know how to knit. She knows how to crochet, and, like, the majority of the people there knew how to crochet and not knit. And they were just like, oh, but you learned how to knit when you were young, so it was, like, easier for you to learn how to knit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, technically that's true, but also, it kind of just, like, threw away the fact that I am completely self-taught and, like, learn how to knit for the 15 years after that by myself. I'm gonna go cry, Billy Bumble.
That's so upsetting for you.
I love learning new skills of people who don't want to teach me the new skill.
Sounds like it. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, hold on. Let me think of an example of one time I didn't immediately get it, because my mind is blank at all times. Oh! You know one thing I didn't immediately get when I was learning how to do it? How to snake the plumbing. Cause it's disgusting, by the way. It's awful. It 0, negative, like, 2,000 out of 10 experience. Do not recommend. I know how to snake plumbing now, but it was not fun learning, and it was not fun experiencing.
Oh boy. Right, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, I learned when I was 9. I guess, like, technically it was easier. But like, I could have just knitted scarves for the rest of my life, you know?
Wait, what? Your story about what? Ash? You talked to her, that's all you know? Did she respond in Spanish or in English? What was her reaction to, asking where the library is? Guys, we're 62 in. 64 in.
I think the joke there is, like, you know, like the Technoblade meme?
Yeah.
Está la biblioteca! Like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the joke.
Pointed to the library? Well, you know what? At least she answered you. So there's that. It takes so long to make flashcards, man. If they didn't work so well, I wouldn't do it. But it's so annoying doing it. And I should really do it earlier. But it's
I believe in you, Billy
it's
Bumble.
fine.
You're
It's
gonna do
fine.
so well on this midterm.
It's fine, you know? And also you use flashcards, you use way more than you think you would. And they
I've
look
never
like
used flashcards
way
in my
more
life, Billy
than
Bumble,
they
so I
would
wouldn't
be.
know.
Like, This is a stack, right? Of flashcards. Guess how many there are in the stack?
I would guess like 50, maybe?
There's 64, 66.
Close.
Yeah. It's too many. Too many. Wait. Else do you feel
No, but,
bad?
like-
Because anytime anyone
my
says
God.
they'll time you out. Oh. Well, you know what? There's a reason guilt works, Ash. Sorry, what were you saying,
so
Altair?
base for that. Oh no, I was just reading Ren's chat message. Where it's like, someone will like look at a drawing you made or anything you made really and go, oh my god, so talented, wow, and it's like, you can do this too. Just do it for a few years.
It's a little funny, Ash. Yeah. Oh, you know one thing I was really bad at?
What?
When I was learning baseball. I was so bad at baseball. I was like 9 or 10, I think. I was too young to be on the team, but I was on the team anyways because my mother decided. See, at the time, I didn't like sports at all. I hated sports. I wanted to wear pink and like buy clothes. Those were my interests.
Nice.
Yeah. I remember very vividly. I had hand-me-downs growing up because I have a bunch of older cousins, whatnot, you know, family of 4 children, lots of hand-me-downs. I remember growing up, going through a bin of hand-me-downs from various people, and I rejected every single pair of jeans because they were too boyish.
Nice.
That was my personality before the age of like 10 or something. I used to like when I first started dressing myself. I couldn't decide. I wouldn't be able to decide between like 4 outfits, so I'd like wear them all at once. And apparently several times I like almost passed out because I was wearing so many clothes, cause like my parents were checking to see how many pairs of clothing I was wearing. So that's a little funny.
This is the most Billy Bumble story I've ever heard in my entire life.
But yeah, baseball. I was so bad at it. But my mother decided at like 10 I was not getting enough physical activity and I needed exercise. So she signed me up for all the sports. I was in baseball, I was in basketball, I was in skating and swimming, and there were others. I'm not remembering them right now, but there were like 7 sports I was signed up for. All of them. And she's like, you're gonna find one that sticks? And I did. Not then, like several years later. But she was like, you're gonna find one that sticks and you're not just gonna sit at home and do nothing. And yeah. But I was so bad at baseball. I was so bad. I was only on that team because it was a community kids baseball team and they they couldn't say no to kids. That is the only reason I was on that team. I was too young to be there. I was really bad. It was rough. It was rough. Okay. And then, you know, I went on to play baseball and or softball. At one point I transitioned for like 5 years after that or something. I played it for a while until I like focused on one sport, I guess, is when I stopped playing.
Yeah, like with my my sports journey was super weird because like what was the first sport I was put into? It must have been gymnastics or something.
You're right. I played gymnastics
I did ballet.
Yeah. Nice.
And then I did artistic gymnastics, like with like a trampoline and like the balance beam and everything like that. And then I did rhythmic gymnastics and I was really good at that. Like I went to BC Games for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
When I was 9.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. I went to
Yeah,
BC
I
Games
was-
for my sport 3 times.
Yo!
I was
Let's go!
I was like 12 and then 14. No, I was 13 and then 15 and then 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's, you know, like, I mean, like, we only went to BC Games once. And then after that, the sports that I chose didn't do BC Games. I don't think. Okay, so dance wouldn't have been a BC Games. Track
Yeah.
and field would have, but I only went to like one competition a year for track and field.
That's
Cross
fair.
country doesn't, I don't think. And I did cross country.
You were going to swimming lessons this year too. Yeah, Mom put us all in swimming lessons because you know we live on an island. But we had to stay.
You need swimming lessons.
Actually, okay. It's not fair. She didn't do this to my younger sisters, but for my brother and I, we had to stay in swimming lessons until we either had our bronze cross. We had to stay in swimming lessons until we were at that point, and at that point we could choose whether or not we wanted to get our lifeguarding certificate or if we wanted to stop there. And I think both of us stopped at bronze cross. But we had to stay in swimming until that point. And my sisters didn't have to get their bronze cross or their bronze medallion.
Yikes, man.
They finished, like, they got to level 10 or whatever the top level is, but they didn't have to do, like, the extra bits.
I don't think I ever even got the top level. I think I, like, stopped after, like, level 6 or something. Oh, Emery, BC Games is, like... So BC is, like, the province that we live in. So British Columbia. So basically what it is, like, it's like the Olympics, but only British Columbia, and also most of the people that are there are youth. There's some adults there.
It's a multi-sport provincial championship for kids.
Yeah.
We also have Canada Games, which is like next level up. Yeah.
But it's only certain sports. So like I mean, like, most sports do it. And it is kind of like where people will like be like, oh, these are like the next Olympians. It's kind of that. It's pretty.
3 people
pretty big.
on my 5 people on my team that like I went to BC Games with, played against them or whatever, were on my provincial team. They're in the Paralympics, or they will be. 5 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so Billy, but the weird part is that I did all these sports, right? And then my brother and sister did completely different sports, because what happened is that I did gymnastics, right? And so my parents weren't going to put my brother in gymnastics because that'd be crazy, you know? Who would put a guy in gymnastics?
Yeah.
Anyways, so he did different sports. But then when my sister came along and was also doing sports, she didn't want to do the sports that I was doing. She wanted to do the sports that my brother was doing. So my brother and my sister did basically the exact same sports.
Yeah.
And then my sister kind of stopped doing that. My sister actually went into swimming, and they had to like hold her back in the swimming lessons because she was really she was like I think she was like in level like 5 or something like that when she was like 12, or like it was something dumb where she was like the youngest there by like 3 or 4 years, and she's also like not tall. So like they were doing like, you know, like lifeguard stuff, and she just like couldn't do them because all the people there were like 20.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then she did shooting, I guess, but yeah. God, guys, I'm so glad I did climbing. Oh my god, climbing is so good. Billy Bumble, the Pan Am Games are happening right now.
Yeah.
And it's the first year they had climbing.
Whoa.
I
Let's
know.
Go. Hilarious.
I know. The guy, how do I say this without doxing myself? Now Now hold on, let me think about this.
I didn't do climbing. My brother did climbing. And then one of my younger sisters really got into it. But I never got into it. Because I think, okay, at the time that my brother was doing climbing, I was really into horseback riding. So our lessons would be booked for the same time, so I couldn't do both. Otherwise,
Okay,
I definitely would have at least tried climbing. But no, I was horseback riding instead.
Oh. The male Canadian speed climber trains at the same gym that I used to train at.
Nice.
Yeah. I was just like, how do I say this without, like, completely doxing, like, everything? Yeah. People can know what gym I trained at. I'm sure I've said it before. But, yeah. Yeah, and he, I think he got, like, 4th or something, or 3rd, which is, like, insane. Because Canada is not known for being good at speed climbing, I'm gonna be real.
Guess what you did? Oh, don't you forgot you were gonna say. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Is Russia at the Pan Am Games or not? Right?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Because if they're not, that makes somewhat sense as to why Canada might be up there.
Hold on. Sorry. I've gotten distracted here. But
that is okay, Billy Bumble. I did not watch the climbing bit. My dad was the one that was telling me this, and I was like, oh cool, when did this happen? He was like, oh, you know, last weekend. I'm like, that's so cool, father, thank you.
Actually. Hold
Billy
on.
Bumble.
Yeah?
I have such great news. It's great news for me, but I would like to just say it out loud.
Oh my god. Yes. What
because
is your
I'm
news?
being laid off soon.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be able to go climbing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like on a regular schedule, you know? Like I'm gonna be able to be like I'm gonna dedicate to like go climbing at least once a week, but hopefully 3. 3 times a week is a good number. I'm gonna get so good at climbing again. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Maybe next year I'll be able to go to November sessions. Oh my god. The opener. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure.
Billy Bumble, I'm missing out on the Barbie themed t-shirt this year. I am so pissed.
No!
I know, right?
That sucks for you.
God. I know, I'm so upset. For everyone in chat, guys, climbing is the best sport, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because when you sign up for competitions, it comes with a t-shirt. That is your consolation prize. You get a free t-shirt if you sign up for climbing competitions. And what they do is, all the cool gyms do this. They try to, like, make the t-shirts not just be like, you know, like, oh, this was this competition name, and it was on this date in this gym. They always try to do, like, these themes. Especially November sessions. November sessions is, like, the season opener, so it's the first competition of the season. And, oh my god, dude, like, last year's was a Stranger Things, themed, and I ended up buying the t-shirt. Like, I went to the gym and bought the t-shirt afterwards. Because I wanted it. Guys, my collection of climbing shirts is insane.
Okay, no. They didn't qualify for Pan Am. I was gonna be like, I have some friends going to Pan Am this year, but they didn't qualify.
Oh, that sucks.
Which, you know, this, to be fair, only 4 women's teams and 4 men's teams.
Wait, hold on. I might know some
qualify.
Let me go look.
For my sport, like for my sport, only 4 teams of my sport for men and 4 teams for women qualify out of like however many countries try to get in. So
yeah, hold on. I might know some of them. Sports climbing debut in Pan Am. That's not That's so cool, IFSC. This is not what I wanted.
We were climbing twice during one camp in middle school. It was kind of cool. Yeah, we I think the first time I ever went climbing, it was at Camp Thunderbird because we did a class trip.
Oh my god, Camp Thunderbird. Wow.
And I got to go rock climbing at Camp Thunderbird.
Wow. Wow, the island experience real. Jeez.
Okay, the rest of the year after we went on that class trip, and like I think half of the school year afterwards, every 5 minutes there was a kid in my grade that would be like, "Alien!" Every 5 minutes, I swear. Like they wouldn't even do the song. They would just stick their hand in their shirt and go, "Alien!" It was a little bit funny. Less funny towards the end, but a little bit funny. You went rock climbing too? Nice. Nice.
So...
Yeah, I was mostly into like team sports more than individual sports. I think the only individual sports I was really kind of like participated in was like swimming, and that's just because I had to a certain level, skating, and horseback riding. But I never really did individual sports. Yeah.
Okay, so the 3 Canadian... Wait, hold on. I have to look at things. Okay, I don't know that person. Okay, so Alana Yip.
Yeah.
She's on the internet, guys. I am not doxing this person. She's just like, This is like an article that you can find. She's in the Pan Am Games. She won bronze. So Alana Yip won bronze and lead and bouldering at Pan Am Games, getting the first Canadian medal in climbing, which is so cool for her.
Mm-hmm.
I used to compete against her in climbing, and I have placed higher than her in multiple bouldering competitions.
Oh my god. You could be there right now.
Play.
You could go climb in the Pan Am Games.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, real. In my state right now, definitely could real.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
what I've taken that from what you just said.
Yeah.
You're better than person is.
Yeah, I wish I had her life, man. Her job is climbing. Like, the sponsorships she gets are crazy. Oh, also Alana Yip is like the one that went to the Olympics. Like, she went to the Olympics.
Nice.
Yeah. Sean McCall was also there. We love Sean McCall. Sean McCall is like...
Real.
Sean McCall is...
Oh,
is
good night, Ash!
Guy.
Thanks for hanging out.
Night.
Oh, I guess it's already been an hour and a half. Yeah, guys, we're not going to be doing an hour of digging after this. We're just... It's just studying. Because I want to at least get, like, half of my flashcards done. You know?
Guys, let me tell you a decade worth of Sean McCall lore.
Okay.
So, Sean McCall is from Vancouver. He's a climber. He's been climbing for a really long time. Yeah. He trains at the same gym I used to climb at. He also trains in France. And he also trains in Vancouver sometimes. He is one of the best climbers in the world. Or at least he used to be. I think he's getting older. You know, like in his 20s, because he's 36 now, apparently, according to this article. He was the best climber in the world,
Altair, do you classify 36 as getting older?
I classify it as getting older in climbing.
Okay,
like if I was in gymnastics and there was a person that was like, I'm 23 and I'm in the Olympics for gymnastics, that's almost unheard of in gymnastics, to be like 23 and still like in gymnastics in the Olympics.
True.
So anyways, so getting older and climbing, right? Like he's literally competing against 19-year-olds right now. But let me tell you guys about Sean McCall. Sean McCall is literally, his job is climbing. Like, he has a bunch of sponsorships, like, he's in magazines and everything like that, but he is literally the epitome of some guy Because while his job is climbing and gets sponsorships and stuff, it's not like football where they're like a celebrity because it's climbing. Like climbing, like like climbing just got in the Olympics. Like we have to think about that. Like he's just some guy. Anyways, so but every single climber knew who this guy was because he's Sean McCall. And so we would all follow him on Instagram, and he would go to competitions and stuff, like world competitions and all this sort of stuff. And he was the flag bearer for Canada one year, and he was taking selfies of himself while he was walking around. Like, this is like almost Olympic level, you know, walking around. He's the one carrying the flag, and he's taking pictures of himself for Instagram.
Whoa.
And he would do that also in isolation. And isolation in climbing, you're not supposed to have anything with you in isolation. And I don't know how he had his phone, but he did. And he was taking pictures of himself.
Oh my god.
In isolation. Isolation climbing, it's so that, like, the people who are going last don't have an advantage by watching where people, like, fall and stuff. That's, like, the idea. That's what isolation is. It's really intense and it's terrifying. But that's why he was in isolation. He used to sleep on the floor of the climbing gym that I trained at. So you would go climbing, and then world-class climber Sean McCall would be sleeping on the floor.
Makes sense.
Just chilling. Just there.
Makes sense.
Yeah. There's a picture of him with a rope because he was advertising for a rope company, and it's in black and white.
Is it a good rope
and
company, at
people made that picture a meme because he looks like he doesn't understand why the rope exists.
It's a rope.
It's just a rope.
It's just a rope.
He is sponsored by Liquid Chalk. I don't think he likes Liquid Chalk, but he's sponsored by them, so he has to use them at competitions. But the rest of the time, he uses not Liquid Chalk. He also puts on Liquid Chalk incorrectly. He puts way too much and in all the wrong places on your hands. Like, he puts it on like it's effing soap. Yeah. Sean McCall, everyone. There was a drinking game for the older competitors that could drink. That was, if Sean McCall was going to a competition, you would take a shot every time he posted a selfie in a place that he was not supposed to be taking a selfie. This was a thing. Sean McCall. He was on American Ninja Warrior a few times.
Makes sense.
He is the reason why a bunch of climbers started going to American Ninja Warrior in climbing shoes, because they didn't think about that. Like, he did the thing in his climbing shoes, and people were like, whoa, that's genius. And then a bunch of climbers started doing that. And there's like this climbing board thing in one of them, and it was just like, and the people were like, oh my god, it's only an inch. There's only an inch of finger space. And I guarantee you every single climber that watched that video was like, that's easy. That's so much room. Anyway, Sean McCall. He's just a silly little guy, man. He's just some guy.
Just a silly little dude.
Oh, this guy, when he got into the Olympics, he got a tattoo of the Olympics on his arm, I think.
As one does.
And it said Tokyo 2020. I have some bad news, guys, about what happened in 2020 and where he didn't go. The Olympics.
Thanks for the
because
work, Ren.
COVID happened.
Whoa. What's COVID?
Whoa.
I've never heard that before.
See, the thing is most people just get the rings, right? Tattooed on them. He got the rings and the date. And, like, the place. And I was like, okay, Sean McCall. We love Sean McCall. He's just... wow.
Yeah.
Alana Yip is pretty chill, guys. She was on the Hive team, so she was really scary because the Hive team was really intense about everything all the time.
I keep accidentally writing or instead of when I'm writing these flashcards. It's a little annoying.
That's really unfortunate.
And I go back and read it and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Or what? Why is this an or? What do you mean?
I'm about to find out if I know anyone else going to this competition because like there's literally like I know Alana Yip and Sean McCall who went to the Olympics and who like one of them I competed against, and then there's these other names. Oh no, I do know Rebecca. Hold on, I know Rebecca.
Rebecca. We all know Rebecca.
No, I know Rebecca. Rebecca, she I think she was like a really good lead climber.
Well, clearly if she's going to Pan Am, is it Pan Am you're looking at?
Yeah. But like I didn't realize she still climbed. Okay, so like Rebecca, her and her twin sister both used to climb like they were like top climbers, right?
Yeah.
But one of them, but like they were always neck and neck. Like they were literally always third and fourth, right? So like it would be different if they were always like first and second, but they were always third and fourth. So one of them would always be fourth, which is awful, right? Because you don't get the medal.
Yeah.
And it was usually Rebecca who was third, and the other one was fourth. And it got to the point where like, if you're fourth place, you can go to Worlds, but you only get to actually compete if someone drops out. So if someone is like injured, sick, or can't afford to go, which basically didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So like. Anyways, I didn't realize they still climbed, is basically where I'm getting at, because from what I've heard, like, they stopped climbing, both of them, and went to, like, university and stuff. So, that's cool that Rebecca's still climbing. I never beat Rebecca in anything, ever. She was very good at climbing. Maybe speed. I don't think she competed speed, though. So
no,
I would have had to have beat her in speed,
win.
actually. No, I would have had to have beat her in speed if she competed in it because, casually, I was, like, provincial champion for 2 years in a row, you know?
As one does.
Yeah, I have the trophies in a box somewhere.
Relatable. No,
Relatable.
I don't have trophies. I have a bunch of medals.
You have, like, yeah, medals. The trophies are not big. They're like little statues of, like, a star, and they're just in a box somewhere.
The only trophies I have is I have one plastic one from the dollar store, like the ones that say MVP on them, or number one on them or something, and it's written in Sharpie MVP on it, and I got that from a volunteer softball game where all the players were like 30s, 40s, and I was like 12 and I played in it, so they gave me the plastic trophy and a little bottle of Fireball, that's the alcohol one, right? A little bottle of Fireball that I gave to my parents. And then the other trophy I have is a participation award from when I played baseball the first year and was really, really bad. Yeah.
To the list of silly little things that the silly little man Sean McCall does. Let me read you a paragraph of the article from Pan Am.
Okay.
In the men's competition, McCall was tied for first after bouldering a portion of the competition with a score of 84.5, after only missing out on the top of the last problem. So, translating for people who don't know what climbing, basically he climbed up a short route, so it's you're not on a rope or anything. And he basically just didn't grab the last hold. Yeah. Unfortunately, with a bad fall off of that last bouldering problem, he ended up doing the lead stage with what turned out to be a cracked rib. Yeah. Bro fell so hard he cracked a rib and then went, nah man, I can do some lead climbing. This is fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's just a silly little guy. Why is he like
Most
this?
ever got with trophies from theatrical club for performances. Yeah, like, okay. And the only medals I have, like, I didn't start getting medals until I think I got my first medal when I was like 14. Something like that. Like, most of the medals are recent-ish. What was the gasp? What has happened?
I thought I read something wrong. I read something wrong is what happened.
Okay.
I thought, so there were these two brothers that I used to climb with, and I thought that they were in Pan Am. They're not. I was really excited for a second. I was like, oh my god. But it's not them. It's not them.
Okay. Guys.
Like, the ages matched up too. I was like, yeah, that would make sense for them to be that age. But it's not them. It's definitely not them.
I have made it. What is this? 80. 90. I'm 90 in. I've got 22 left to go.
Who are these guys? Hold on,
Although,
I'm looking up names now.
I say I have 90 more to go. I actually have 90 more to go. Or not 90 more to go. 20 more to go. But I actually have them all to go over 2 more times. Because that's just the way I make my flashcards. So, you know. That's so cool for me. So cool for me. I was gonna go for a run today. But then I decided. And I was all ready. I got like, I layered up and everything. But then I was like, no, Billy Bumble, you're just procrastinating right now. And I didn't go for a run because I recognized that I was just trying to not study, and I needed to study. You know? So I didn't go for a run. But I will when midterms are over. Cause it's so nice running in the cold. Cause it's not as believe it or not, it's not as hard on your like joints. Cause you know when you run and it's dry out, especially if you're running on pavement, it's very hard on your joints. Like it's not great for them. But the snow kind of cushions it a little bit. As long as you're running with good grip shoes, it's fun. It's fun. It's enjoyable.
I don't know why this is like making me really nostalgic, but like I looked up this guy's name to see if I know who this guy is, and I don't. But like when you go on images, and like all the climbing images of this guy, because there's actually quite a few, are just so like they look like they were taken when I was climbing. Does that make sense? Like it just like I look at these images and I'm just like, wow, I feel like I was like at that competition watching this because it just looks exactly like how every single climbing photo has ever been taken. Which is guys in like the just like in the puffiest jackets ever and covered in chalk. And for some reason that like I don't know why guys, but the people who take photos for climbers just are always sitting. And you can tell from all the angles of every climber ever is just up angle because they're always just sitting. Billy, I'm so excited to go climbing again. Oh my god.
I'm very excited for you. I'm like, okay, so there's this climbing wall, like a small little one at my university gym, right?
Nice.
There's like 3-4 leads on it or something.
That's not bad.
Yeah. No one's ever on it. I think I've seen maybe one person on it, and that was like a couple years ago.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And it's like, the thing is, with the climbing wall, the gym and everything is on the ground floor. basement level, basically, of the kinesiology building. And you walk into the kinesiology building, you're a floor up from the gym, but the climbing wall, like there's like just a railing and a hole in the floor that you walk into by the entry doors where the climbing wall just juts out. So if you're on the climbing wall, then you just like climb up a story and a half. And you can just watch people come in the doors, or they watch you. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I remember last year,
Mm-hmm.
like, the speed provincials were happening, like, at the place that I train at, which just makes sense,
Yeah.
because it's the only speed wall. And my old coach was like, yeah, you should compete in it. You should compete in speed provincials.
Yeah.
Which for everyone, by the way, I wouldn't have been able to do that, by the way, because you have to be able to qualify for provincials, you have to climb in 2 other registered events before that. For speed, it doesn't have to be speed, obviously, because there is no other speed events, basically. It's just provincials. So I wouldn't have been able to, but he was just like, you should compete in it. And I was like, why? And he was like, because all the open people suck. And I was like, what the? I was like, you coach them? And he was like, yeah, that's why I know. And I'm like, dude! Bro, I haven't climbed a speed wall in like 3 years. And he was just like, yeah, I think you could beat them. And I'm like, hi! It's like, you don't really have some confidence in your athletes there, my man.
I'm wasting an index card. Out of frustration.
All of these are youth. I need the not youth. I need the not youth. I need a membership to participate in these events. What the F? SCBC? What the F, bro? What happened to I could do these if I pay $5 extra? Hello?
Insurance got to them.
I don't think that was it. like you have so
their
for
car's
like,
extended warranty caught up.
Yeah, real.
There's paper scraps everywhere. I should not have thrown that up,
Also,
but
like,
that's okay.
There's also not as many events as I feel like there used to be. Oh no, there's a second page. Never mind. I'll JK. Oh, that's
just cleaning up my mess here. Oh. What?
They're holding boulder provincials at like the worst gym. Like the actual worst gym.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Oh, you know this gym.
I do?
Yeah, Richmond Olympic Oval.
Oh.
Like actively the worst climbing gym.
It's just not a great gym for competitions in general.
So it's great if you want to climb. It is great if you're on a climbing team. It is not good for competitions.
Yeah.
Especially a bouldering one. Where would they even hold it, bro? There's like only lead walls there.
On the lead walls. They're gonna boulder the lead walls, Altier.
Oh good god. Oh good god. They're holding provincials there. I'm gonna go cry. The fact that the Richmond Oval is like still in like the climbing circulation is nuts. Like actually crazy. hate that for them. What does local difficulty mean? What the F? Discipline. Difficulty. That's not a discipline. Am I going insane? What? Hold on a second. Yeah, this one says boulder. There's another one that says difficulty. What does that mean?
Means difficulty, you know?
Okay, these are all boulder. That makes sense. And then there's one that says difficulty. And then there's some that say speed.
Uh-huh.
Is difficulty lead climbing?
Maybe. Maybe it's difficulty.
Yeah, it is lead climbing, but now I'm more confused because they're holding a lead climbing competition at the Hive. The Hive is a boulder gym. They have 2 lead walls.
Huh. They've really planned this out well.
I'm so glad SCBC is exactly how I remember it being. Just
usually
wow. Wow. Who is on Team BC? Oh, it doesn't tell me. That's so cool. Am I in this picture? Hold up.
Hold up.
No, I'm not. Okay. I was so afraid for a second. It's like, am I on the website? Hello?
The plastic that these index cards are in is so staticky.
Can I even join these competitions anymore? I don't know. Am I too old?
Are you?
I don't know.
You might be.
Well, yeah, because it says open, but then it says youth and junior. It doesn't just say open anymore. But I want to compete though. And I'm too good for recreation. I can't do recreation. Like, that sounds like I'm being very arrogant, but I will crush them.
Then just you know, maybe that's how you start, and then
No, that feels bad.
Well, I mean, if there's no other options.
I
you know, I mean, that's what you get for being old, you know?
Yeah, I might have to just look up the Tour de Bloc. Hold on.
My writing got really small on this side, and this was supposed to be the big writing side, so I don't know how that happened. Like, I'm writing with the fat marker.
Yeah, so there's like a climbing competition like circuit that's not in the like the provincial circuit, basically, so you don't need a membership, but it's like it's really good. Like, it is like, yeah, events. Where are they? Oh my god, this website. Oh my god. Yikes. Okay.
What direction?
Now.
One Direction does the dissociation curve when
Billy Bumble, this website is awful.
acidity, yeah?
Yeah.
As usually lots of sport related websites are. I'm gonna be real. I feel like most websites made associated with sports organizations are low budget, to say the least.
Oh, Billy Bumble.
Yeah.
All
you find a
roads lead to
competition?
Montreal.
Yeah.
Canada's top climbers will be battling out for a chance to win one of 10 golden tickets, all expense paid trip to Montreal to compete at Jackalope this summer, thanks to Atrex, with tour stops at Boulder House. Up the block. Seven bays of bouldering. I know where one of these things are. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Alley Up is on this list. Guys, Alley Up is such a good gym. Wow. Them calling it Alley Up is the best thing that's ever happened. If you guys don't know French, Alley Up just means go up. But Alley Up is what, it's what French people yell at their competitors when they're lead climbing. They go, alley up! Alley up! And just the best name. Best name. Anyways, I want to compete there again.
Do it.
Oh my god. Comp winners get a golden ticket to Jackalope TB finals in Montreal. The golden ticket includes flight, VIP pickup, hotel expenses, and registration, plus a chance to win $10,000 in cash. Wow.
Wow.
I'm not that good. It has a little tab that says events, and then when you scroll down, there's nothing. I'm just... Tell me where the events are! Surely.
I'm so very nearly finished.
Oh.
Or halfway through, I guess.
Boulder.
Guys, we're almost there. I think I have like 9 left. 9 left, I think.
Oh my god, this podium is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just like 3 really big like features on the wall. I know you know what a feature is, but for chat, it's like these big, like really big holes that they put on the wall. That basically look like they're part of the wall, but they're actually just screwed on there. But anyways, there's 3 of them on the wall, and they're all just like crouched on them, in like the podium shape. Wow, what a great podium. That's 10 out of 10 right there. How do I get out of this picture? Hello?
You don't.
Okay.
You're stuck there forever.
Real.
I love flashcards so much. Absolutely. Real. I love... Hey, Cursed, welcome in. How you doing? I love the process of making them so much.
I believe you. Okay, so there's one comp near me.
Oh my god, Altair's in my VC? I know, it's crazy. Oh my god. I'm basically famous.
Billy.
Yeah?
Billy.
What?
Billy, it's in May. The competition's in May, and it's near me. It's in May, and it's near me.
Oh my god.
I will, if I actually go climbing, I could actually do well.
Do it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
At some point, I started putting my flashcards the other way in this pile here. And I don't know why. Like, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. But you're decent but shaky. Oh no. Oh no. I am, struggling my way through 112 flashcards, but I'm not even finishing them tonight. I'm just writing, like, the term bit on them. I'll write the definitions on them probably tomorrow. I'm gonna be real. Hopefully I'll get the time to do it tomorrow. I'll make the time tomorrow. They take so much time to make flashcards, but I wish they weren't so good, you know? Because then I just wouldn't bother to make them. I wish they didn't work. I wish just, you know, like rereading my notes in the notebook I took them in over and over was enough. That would be great. That would be fantastic.
What the F is this, bro? Oh my god. Okay, so I was looking at how much, like, the SCBC rank things work. Okay. So it's free if you're want to be a recreational athlete.
Yeah.
Right? That's great and fine, but you can only compete in the recreational, like, events and only in that category. Right? Makes sense. There is a pay-as-you-go athlete, which is $10 more per event that you register for, and it's for people who are, like, not they're not interested in, like, going to Team BC or anything like that. There's, like, if you're part of another federation, so I'm assuming if you're, like, an American and want to compete in Canada, then you can, and that's what you would do. But, like, this is whack. Okay, so if you're a youth D, so that's, like, it's like 12-year-olds, I think. It's $50. And then UC, which is 14-year-olds, is $75. And then if you're a youth B, youth A, or junior, which is like 15 up to 18, I think, it's $95. Which is like that's wild. And then if you want to compete, because the reason why you would do that is if you would want to do nationals, you have to then pay separately for a CEC license, which is the national registration, which is, I think, also $100. Did I actually do that? Was it that much?
Sports are expensive, man, especially when you're actively competing.
Oh my god,
and
dude.
And you don't realize it because your parents are paying for everything.
I don't think they did. That's the thing. I think I paid for it because I did have a job. Like, I am so sure I paid for these.
If you're too stressed, play some music on the guitar to de-stress. I do have a guitar. It's out of tune though, and I am tone deaf, and I don't feel like going through the struggle of tuning it on stream. If I play the guitar on stream, I would have to tune it off stream. You don't need flashcards, can you just remember everything? Cannot relate. You know? Can't relate.
Okay. So if you are
the first time she said she didn't like your user? What? Rude. If you are an open athlete, yeah.
Yeah, if you're an open athlete, so like you're 20 plus, it's $50 for the registration. So that's nice. That's fun. And you are eligible for Team BC, but then I looked down and it says Open Elite Rank Athlete, which is for elite open athletes who are pre-qualified by CEC within the past 2 seasons. Elite open athletes may compete in any SCBC events and are automatically selected for Team BC.
Huh.
What the F does that mean? Are you telling me that if I had done that in, like, when I was, like, 21, I would have probably been eligible for that? I'm gonna go cry.
Well, now you know.
This is wild.
Threshold.
Shout out for coaches having to pay $25 to be a coach.
Like the whole season or every competition?
No, this is for the whole season. This is like every single number that I'm saying is for the whole season.
Oh, well, that's not bad then. A whole season, $95. That's not bad.
No, that's a membership, not the competition.
Okay.
Yeah, the competition itself, I think, is like $50-something, but you get a free T-shirt. That's the thing. That's why it was always like kind of worth it, because you were just kind of like, you were like paying, like, you know, the $50, and then you would get a T-shirt. You know?
You know, I once paid for like a $2,000-something trip to Cuba, and I got a free t-shirt out of it, and then I didn't go to Cuba because COVID happened. But I got a free t-shirt. Or actually, you know what? That's the most expensive item of clothing I would say I own. Because it cost me like $2,000.
You have to pay $25 to be a route setter? Y'all should be paying them! What the F?
Does my shirt say burn or born? Born. It says born. Sorry, I was like slouched over here.
It is the wildest thing
I
I've ever seen.
have a sweater that also matches. I have both the shirt and the sweater because it was like, I don't know, I was at the mall at one point and I walked into a store and their entire Pride collection was on sale and it was like buy one, get one free or something. So I was like, might as well. You know? Might as well. I kind of wish there was like a tie-dyed version of the sweater. And I ended up just getting a plain white one. That's like just it's a t-shirt, but it's a bunny hug. And I kind of wish I got the tie-dye one instead. You know?
I want to know how much a CEC license is now. I need to know.
I'm almost there, guys. I want to
Being in a
capitalize
small
my R.
port is really weird because you'll just look at a website and you're like, wow, I haven't been on this website in like 10 years. And then you'll just be like, huh, I know that person in that picture.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Or, you know, you'll just casually be watching, like, big world sport event, and you'll be like, huh, I know, like, most of the people competing right now. Interesting.
Me watching the Olympics. Wow. I competed against that person. That's crazy.
Exactly. Like watching some things. I'm like, those people are on my team. I compete against some of those guys. Huh. Interesting. That's so cool for me. Your
like,
friend called you
asking
the, about a gift basket friend talked about it for like 2 minutes and you're on call for 2 hours? What are you doing for the rest of the 2 hours, man? Don't overwork myself? Don't worry, I won't. Or maybe I will, but it'll be worth it.
Tell me how much it is.
For
the CEC membership, I need to know.
Probably more than $1. If I were to guess. I feel I made better flashcards for my other class.
Okay, okay.
Subpar class.
SCBC is like, hey, you need to have a CEC license to compete in national competitions, right? And then when you go to the CEC licenses, it's like, individuals are not members. You need to go to the Alpine Club of Canada to get a membership. But they don't, one, give you a link, and two, why would SCBC put me here if I need to get an Alpine Club of Canada membership? Why are they like this? This was so much easier when my coaches did this for me.
The reason you're shaky to ask a girl out tomorrow, but you don't know how to.
Join.
Oh, good luck, Kurt.
Tell me what you are.
That's awesome. Good luck, good luck, good luck. I can't really offer any advice. I've been asked out once. No, twice actually. One was a creepy older dude. And one was a coworker. And that's it. That's my entire experience with the subject. Oh. Oh. I like the fill in the blank flashcards. I should write more of these questions next time. I did a whole bunch of true or false for the other class, so I did less this time, but that just means there's a lot of just like definitions on this one instead of true or false or like interesting things. To blank. Talking about random things. You told your friend how your cat ate cotton candy and she looked it up if it's good for cats and it said no. Wow, I never would have guessed that, Pebble. I thought cotton candy was good for cats. Man, I guess I shouldn't have gotten all that cotton candy. Is Altair gonna stream tonight? I don't think so.
It's like 8 o'clock, bro.
Like, yeah. I don't know, though. I'm not Altair. I wouldn't know. They said we would watch a movie tonight. Did you say that?
Oh my god, you're
Altair?
so right. We were supposed to watch something tonight. That's so awkward. Well,
awkward.
It's not gonna be tonight, boys. That's really awkward. I'm so sorry. We were supposed to watch Over the Garden Wall tonight.
Oh no.
Awkward.
Bicarbonate. Oh, I didn't have room for that word there. That's fine. That's awful. I did like the dash thing where you reach to the end of a line and you dash the word in half instead of bringing it down to the end. Because I didn't realize I didn't have enough room. Terrible. Okay. I think this was actually the answer side. Hold on. Oh well. Happy birthday, Altair. No, Pebble, come on. I've told you time and time again that legally to be a Cultier streamer, your birthday has to be October 8th. Altair is contractually obligated to be born on October 8th.
That's so random.
It's true, though. Every single streamer in the Cultier's birthday is on October 8th.
Real.
You're gonna get us into legal trouble here, Pebble. Billy, I'm
Billy
like
Bumble?
Canadian Philza, but better, right? Yeah? Yeah, Altair?
It doesn't matter. I don't need a CEC membership anyway, because you only need that if you're going to national competitions, and, I don't wanna.
There you go. It works out.
It works out. I finally figured out how much it's gonna cost me next year to compete,
Yeah?
which is $50.
Nice.
And then plus whatever the registration fee for the actual competitions are.
You know, when I think, like, respectively, or that's not the right word, but whatever. When I think about how much I pay for, like, fees every year for my sport, like, it's less now because I'm no longer in the junior program, but it's still a lot, you know? And I won't say it, but it's
Oh my god.
It's a lot. Plus, like, for traveling, I have to pay for my own hotel and stuff if I stay in a hotel. Like, it's an expensive thing.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky because, like, you know, we only did, like, nationals, right?
Yeah.
So, like, and nationals were either... Actually, I was like, this. I'm actually so lucky with this, actually, because okay, so competitions were either here or Van, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't have to go to any other province, basically. Like we used to have regionals, which was like a few competitions that were like British Columbia, Alberta, and technically Saskatchewan was also there, but no one climbs there. And then like the other provinces were had their own regionals. And so we had those, but they were always held in British Columbia, so I never had to travel for those. And then nationals, every time I went, was always like in Quebec, and like my grandparents live there, so like we never had to pay for hotels because like my family lives in Van, and then my family lives in Quebec, so it's like we did have to pay for plane tickets though. Oh, and then the one time I went to Worlds, like I had to pay like this flat fee for like lodging and food and stuff, and then also my plane tickets. But like the food and like the camping and everything like that was like a flat fee that I had to pay. But you know, then everything was already done for us, which was nice.
You have a question about streaming? Go for it, Pebble. Go for it.
A streaming question.
Not every streamer, because Lucine, you're in the okay, but you're not a cult-tier streamer. See, in order to, and you couldn't be because your birthday's not October 8th. See, that's one of the requirements. What is my sport? I don't actually say it on stream because it's a very small sport, respectively, in Canada and around the world. So that would involve doxing myself. Because you could, even though my user is not my legal name, you could find me very easily.
I like to be dangerous because if you were good enough about it, you probably could find me. But,
like you wouldn't have to try very hard. You would just look up my sport, my province.
Oh, lol.
And you would find me. Actually, honestly, if you just looked up my sport and Canada, you'd probably find me as well.
See, I think it's less of a danger for me now because I'm not actively competing. Like you would have to go really back on like, because they always keep the results up, right? So like the results are always there, but like you would have to go really back to find me. And then like there's not really any pictures attached to my name, and also I look different, so like Altair, I could very easily find you. Like I'm not saying that like you couldn't.
Use basketball?
Because... nice. I'm not saying you couldn't, because like honestly, like it's pretty easy to find anyone on the internet ever. Like Curse Lightning, I could probably find you too, just saying. But like, you know, I'm not trying to make it easy for y'all.
So after you ban someone, can you still see their unban request after you unban them? Because I don't know. I've only ever banned one person, and that was the bot Commander Root. Because at one point I was just so fed up with having Commander Root in my chat, in like the users in chat, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna ban Commander Root. And then I unbanned them because I got a very replay unban request from the bot. So guys, the bot's real. It's there's a person behind it, by the way.
No, when you unban someone, it like assumes that you read the unban request, so I think it deletes it.
Because tall's a basketball only option. You could do volleyball as well. Volleyball's also another tall option.
Yeah, that's true.
I did volleyball for one season. I was a red shirt in the high school junior team. The only time I ever participated in a game, I did the line calling. I didn't actually play in the game. I just like stood in the corner and called lines.
Nice.
Red shirt is you're like a reserve player. So you go to practices, but you don't go to games unless they're home games, and you usually don't play even in home games. Yeah. I wasn't very good at volleyball.
Curse Lightning, I'm not gonna try and find you because I frankly don't care enough.
You don't have a high enough jump for volleyball? Then obviously you're not that tall then. If jump
is
matters.
Like 6'3".
Yeah, okay. That's not that tall. You can play soccer.
Yes, it is, Billy Bumble. You're
in the world
perception
of
yes,
sports.
It is. In the world of sports, 6'3" is tall.
In the world of basketball, it's not that tall.
It is though.
No.
It is though. I'm telling you right now, 6'3" is tall.
Like, yes, it's tall, but like there's taller people, you know?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like, you're not tall.
I'm not gonna look at like someone who is like, I don't know, like 4'11" and be like, oh, you're not short because there are shorter people. Like, that's ridiculous, bro.
No,
6'3" is tall.
I didn't say it wasn't tall. I was just saying it wasn't that tall. Like, you know, it's not.
It's tall,
like,
dude.
When someone says they play basketball because they're tall, because that was the option, I assume that they're tall, like 6'5" at least.
Billy Bumble, is tall. People are not 7 foot. Like 7 foot is you are dying at 30. Like,
I never said 7 foot though.
I know, but 6'3" is not that, like people don't grow that much taller than that.
I know. Okay, but if you say, so when I think about height in regards to sport, if you say you play basketball or volleyball because you're tall and that was the option, I generally assume that you're like over 6'3". Because yes, 6'3" is tall, but it's not like, oh my gosh, coaches are gonna see you and be like, oh my gosh, that's such a tall player. They're gonna be like, yeah, that player has some height, but they're not gonna recruit you just because of your height.
You're not gonna be 6'3" and decide, you know what sport I want to play? Soccer. Like,
you might be.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but I understand where Curse Lightning is coming from.
As a high school student, you're tall. Yeah, you're tall. Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, like, I am 6'3", what sports can I play that would benefit from the fact that I'm 6'3"? Basketball. That just makes sense.
We are saying the same thing here.
Yes, but that they're tall. They're tall.
Yes, we have both said that. Yes.
Yes. It's okay, guys. I'm in a sport where being short is extremely beneficial. Tall people struggle in my sport.
I'm in a sport where you can manufacture your height.
Billy Bumble, like, no one is gonna be able to guess your sport ever when you say stuff like that. That's crazy.
It's true though.
No, it
like,
is true,
okay.
But, like, oh my god.
Last season, I got taller. By like a good 1.5 inches, I think, actually. Actually, no. Okay, last season I got taller by a good 1.5 inches. The season before that, I got taller by 1 inch.
I'm so glad that I know what sport you do, because I would cry trying to figure it out. Curse Lightning, they're not gonna say.
I mean, Cursed, if you were a Billy Bumble OG, and by OG, I don't actually mean OG, I mean like 2021. Late 2021, I think. Then you would know what sport I played, because I said it on stream, and we like watched some of my clips of me playing the sport on stream.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, and then I never did it again.
Also, as someone who does do rowing, or used to, your height doesn't change with rowing. Like, there's nothing to adjust. The seats go back and forth. They do not go up and down.
Well, you know, you could like, you could just get a new, what kind of boat do you use for what's the rowing boat called?
That's a really good question, Billy Bumble. I don't know.
It's not a kayak. What's the boat called?
It's not a canoe either.
No.
It's just a boat, man.
Okay, well you could just get a new one every season and like adjust the seats higher, so then you'd get.
No, they don't go higher.
No, you build a new boat every season where the seats are up more.
Dude, rowing boats are actually like the sketchiest thing possible. Actually, they have like these seats that roll right on like wheels.
No, Pebble, you are not. That's a good guess though.
Yeah, that's really close. But like they're so sketchy, bro. Like they are like rusted and disgusting, and I hate them. Guys, the other option is to just become friends with Billy Bumble and like go watch them do their sport, you know?
You're so right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do I have another? I feel like I have a tournament in BC at some point next year, like this season.
Yo. If I start competing again, would you guys come watch me compete?
Yes. If I could.
Oh my god.
If I could. Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You met Altier and Cakebird at least a month ago, Pebble? Nice. Only 4 months ago, so you couldn't have been here in 2021. That's okay. You know what? Curse, not very many Billy Bumble OGs are still around. They stopped being online. You know, COVID ended and they just couldn't still be online. Because you met
Billy
them
Bumble,
together.
I don't know if you actually would be able to, because I'm thinking about when competitions are.
Yeah.
And there's like the only summer competition there is nationals, and then
just go to
Worlds.
nationals then and Worlds, and I'll come watch.
No, I'd rather not.
Then I can't come watch then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's no climbing competitions where you are. Like
what?
They don't exist.
You know what?
No one climbs there.
You know what? If you had a climbing competition here, you could stay with me.
That's wonderful, Billy Bumble. There is literally not a climbing team there. Like, like I am so serious. I have been to so many nationals, and like there's a province next to everyone's name, right? No one is from there.
What? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Okay. I think finals might be in BC this year.
Oh my god, Curse Lightning would come see me compete. Let's go. See, Billy Bubble, I can't go to nationals because they record that and then they put it online.
Oh.
To have like my full legal name.
Can I get a free hoodie because I'm your... No. You could buy a hoodie though.
Guys are great. I have a hoodie.
I also have a hoodie. Bunny hug, if you will. I think they're pretty reasonably priced.
I think they are. I agree.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, you want something good quality then? The water bottle is fantastic.
Water bottle is pretty good.
Where's mine? Oh, I don't think it's down here. Oh, here it is. Very good. The water bottle is fantastic. It's like $30, but $30 Canadian for a merch water bottle is not bad. Or you could get a patch. The patch is the cheapest thing there. And it's like $17 Canadian. It doesn't show you? Well, where are you? On the site. Because it only shows you bunny hugs? Well, you can scroll sideways. Or if you go... I think... Yeah, if you click on shop, then it'll show you a different way. There's also a mug. The mug... Okay, the mug is the same price as the patch. And I think Spoon's got the mug. I think it was okay. Yeah. So you could get a Billy Bumble mug. Or a ball cap. It's $1 cheaper than the water bottle. T-shirt's cheaper than the water bottle as well. It's 26. Okay. I've gotten distracted again. I was looking for where are nationals? Oh, we're hosting a tournament this year. Wow. We never host tournaments. We were supposed to, like, 2 years ago, but then it got canceled because no one could have it. You see through, though, your dad won't let you buy any of it? Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so now, there's possibly a tournament in March in Vancouver. I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but it's like the 9th, 10th in Vancouver of March. Oh, we're hosting 2 tournaments this year. Wow! Does my sport involve a ball? Maybe. It might do. It's a team sport, if that helps you out at all.
Like this like debate one time where we were talking about like how like the majority of sports are team sports that like didn't actually narrow it down, and then we were like, oh wait, maybe that's not true, but I kind of still think of that that most sports are team sports. It's hacky sack. You got him.
Yeah. How'd you know? How'd you figure it out?
That's it.
Wait, actually, no, hold on. Hacky sack. How would you manufacture your height in hacky sack? Just like wear stilts? Would that improve your hacky sack game?
Wear like those like moon boots that they had like in the 90s.
I'm really bad at spike ball, actually. Lightning.
Oh, God.
We my junior team, because we all aged out except for like 2 people, but they weren't invited because they were minors. We went up to a cabin in Prince George this summer. There was lots of drinking. I didn't participate in the drinking, but everyone else was drunk pretty much the entire time. And even drunk, they were all better than me at spike ball. I'm so bad at spike ball. Okay. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to click on that. Okay, let's see. Where are finals, though? I could have sworn that finals were also in BC. National Championships. To be decided. Oh, I guess, okay, the location hasn't been decided yet, then. So there's possibly one in March, and possibly finals are in BC. There we go. When are finals? Is that April? May. Okay. I hope I can go to those, actually. Just because I have one of my practicums this year. And I don't know when that would be. Are you gonna head... Oh, good night, Pebble! Good night! Thank you for hanging out. It was wonderful to see you again. Guys, I'm almost done. I haven't finished the side of my flashcards, but I'm almost there. Don't worry. Don't fail my midterm. I'll do my best. I will do my best. But I need to do well in this one because I didn't do very well. This is a class with 2 midterms. I didn't do very well in the first one, so I need to do better on the second one. You know? There's just more pressure on it. Only 8 left. I feel like I said that ages ago. I miscounted. Math didn't math again. Increased. Aha.
Night.
Good night! Is that a different one? Yeah. Increased. A lot of letters. F. There's a lot of letters in this midterm. You know? Acronyms. Or there will be. I don't know the contents of the midterm, but I know what we're being tested on. It's lots of letters. Lots of chemicals. Do I want pancakes tomorrow morning?
Pancakes this morning. It was pretty good.
I should get a waffle iron. Cause I want waffles. But we don't have a waffle iron.
You should get a mini waffle iron.
Yeah.
They're very good.
They are. But I don't have one. But I should get one.
You should get one.
There's always like tons of mini waffle makers and like little fad type dishes like that at what's the big Value Village. There's always, because they come and go and then people are like, no, I'm not so into this anymore, and then they get rid of it. You know, is my sport shooting? Maybe.
That'd be crazy.
Thank you for the hydrate and the posture check and the stretch. I appreciate it. Does that mean I'm just standing on a block to shoot? I guess. Wear stilts to shoot? That would make sense for my equipment being broken for like 3 weeks. You are following the clues. Oops. Increase. It's been almost 3 hours, guys. Almost 3 hours.
Oh my god.
And I'm almost halfway done. I love flashcards. So much.
Really, I just read the best thing ever, and it just needs a pretty decent amount of internet knowledge, and I'm just... wow.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. So, on r/2-scented horror, right? 2-sentence horror stories.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm assuming you know what that is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. So, this first sentence is, "Oh boy, I sure do love being a straight male." And then the second sentence is $20. And I just... wow. What a great thing that exists. Now, do I have to explain? Okay, so there is a t-shirt that says that says on it, yeah, I may be straight, but $20 is $20. And that's like that's a famous meme shirt. Anyways, that's the joke. I love this so much.
Curling? Maybe. You know? I just wear really tall... I have, like, platforms in my curling shoes, you know?
Curling would be a good one, man.
It would be. And you know, I just broke one of the specially made really heavy rocks.
Curling would actually make so much sense. Maybe it is curling.
Maybe it is. Maybe I've lied to you. Maybe that like what proof do you have?
I think it is curling actually.
Yeah, exactly. I just like manufactured that entire No. I manufactured an entire fake sport event for you to come.
No, what do you mean? I went to go see you curl on the ice.
Yeah, you're right. Is it on ice? It might be. That's 2 index cards in a row that I've ruined. The things don't grow on trees. Well, technically, they do, but... Okay, I need to say this word as I write it, otherwise I'm gonna spell it wrong again. Hypoxemia. With a P and not a D. Thank you. Would it make a lot of sense? What?
Is the sport, or not the sport, the homework that you're doing?
I'm writing flashcards to study for my midterm. That's on Wednesday.
Okay.
And there's like 150 flashcards. And I'm handwriting them because that's how I remember things best. Yeah. Is chess a sport? It is. It is.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. 2 more. On the true or false question. So you play 3 sports. Nice. I don't know how many sports I've played in my life. I don't know if I could even list them all. I've played a lot of sports in my life. I only play the one now, I think. Yeah. I don't play another sport. I only go to practices for one sport. I only play one sport. But in high school, up until senior year I only really did the one sport. Mostly because we just didn't have a team for another sport. Oh, I can say what the other sport is because it's not my sport. We didn't have a basketball team. We didn't have. Well, there was a senior guys basketball team. There was a junior guys basketball team, and there was a junior girls basketball team. But there was no senior women's team in high school in my grade 12 year. So I helped coach the junior girls, but I didn't play. And because of that, I focused. I only had the one sport left. Otherwise, I would have still been playing basketball. But nope. Yeah. I think through high school it was mainly basketball, softball, and the sport I play now. Those were my 3 sports in high school.
In high school, I did rowing for a little bit, and then the choice was between rowing and climbing, and I was like, rowing kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Guys, let me give you the comparison between rowing and climbing.
Yeah? You could beat me at basketball? Probably.
Is this like rowing? Rowing, was... Okay, so like rowing, you had to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to be at your regatta at like 5 o'clock in the morning. the none of the competitions were fun. Everyone was really serious, and it was cold, and it was really early, and it sucked. And yeah, and then all the teammates took it really seriously all the time. Practice was training, right? Because there's not really like practice. You row, right? So it's just basically training. And then versus climbing. None of the competitions ever started before like 10 o'clock ever, because no one wanted to be up that early, and there was no reason to be up that early. Everyone liked being there. Practices were fun. I made friends there. It wasn't a hard choice, guys. Rowing sucks. I don't understand rowing as a sport. I don't understand how people want to row.
A lot of kids in high school did rowing mainly for the cross training that it had with other sports.
No, that's fair.
Although apparently, or like, I guess we must have had a pretty good rowing program, because, you know, we made it to nationals several times. I think we got like third once in nationals. Can you do outdoor swimming in Canada without in lakes and ponds? Yeah, of course you can.
It's cold though.
I mean, not in the summer. I mean, right now, you probably shouldn't. Well, depending on where you are. Right now, you probably shouldn't where I am. You probably still could in BC.
Billy Bumble, I am just scrolling through Tumblr, and I have been spoiled for the FNAF movie in, like, the worst way possible.
I'm so sorry.
And, like, not even really anything about, like, the movie, just, like, one of the cameos that happens, and my expectations for this movie are so low now. I'm losing my mind. No way this is real.
You thought it was like minus 50 Celsius at all times? No.
In Canada?
It's not. At like some places, but not. We both live in southern Canada. Altier more so. Guys, I finished writing one side of my flashcards. You have a question? Go for it. One side is done. Matt Pat should have been in the movie. If you say so. I'm gonna do like 4 double-sided ones, and then I think that's probably it, because it's been 3 hours. Flashcards always make me feel so, like, prepared, you know, when they're done. Like, wow, I have everything under control, for sure. I must, because I have flashcards. And only smart kids use flashcards, so...
True and real.
So, I must be smart. Like, I'm gonna gaslight myself into being smart.
That works.
It does. It can. Depending on the context. One done. For Halloween, you're wearing a shark onesie, and you're wondering if you just do blue makeup or you should make it shark-themed makeup. You should do shark-themed makeup. You should absolutely do shark-themed makeup. Okay, so I have a dilemma, Altier.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So, I'm probably not going to be able to hand out Halloween candy, right? Because I have practice Tuesday night.
Oh, really?
Right? And I have class. Usually it'd be like, yeah, I can just hand out before practice because practice doesn't start until 8. Oh, wait, practice doesn't start till 8. I can hand out candy for like an hour. Okay, but anyways, because I have a class that goes until like 5 something, right? But, and I've been thinking like how I can hand out the candy that I've collected because there's a lot of candy and I need to hand it out because I have a lot of candy now, Halloween candy. And I'm like, usually I'd just be like, okay, I'll leave a bowl on the porch of candy, but it's below freezing.
Okay.
And I think I probably shouldn't do that to the candy. You know?
Why not?
Cause it'll freeze.
So?
I just, you know.
It's gonna unfreeze as soon as it gets into someone's house.
This is true. But half the trick-or-treating experience is eating your candy as you go. And then the other half is getting home and dumping your whole bag out and sorting it by type.
Yeah, okay. It unfreezes during that time.
No. No. Stop it.
I'm right. What are you talking about?
No. This was supposed to be an unsolvable dilemma.
Okay.
How dare you?
L moment?
It is. This is so upsetting for me. Spread out their candy around the yard and make those silly children look for their candy? No, I won't do that. If they want it, they better find it, because then I won't find it all. And I don't want just, like, Halloween candy on the front yard. Altair, what's your opinion on Ash makeup for, yeah, Halloween? Shark-themed or just blue?
I mean, I feel like shark theme would be more fun, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. You guys weren't supposed to actually find a solution to that. I was just gonna complain about it and then feel better. This sucks. Okay, I need to work on I was supposed to work on an assignment today as well, but I've just spent the entire day studying. Or trying to study. Or running around doing F all, it feels like, of, errands. So I didn't get to it. But I will try to get to it tomorrow. If I have time, because I seem to have accidentally filled up my day. In an effort to fill up my grandmother's day with social events, I have also filled up my day with social events tomorrow. You know? Let me search your brain. Hire a child for one candy an hour to hand it out for you. Oh, you're so right. Get a heated bowl. Don't go to practice. See, I would consider skipping practice because it's Halloween and I wanted to dress up and hand out candy, which I'm going to have time to because I just remembered Tuesday practices are later. But we have a tournament next weekend. And I already missed Thursday practice because of a midterm. And I should probably miss Tuesday's practice because I have a midterm Wednesday morning. You know, that would be smart. But I missed Thursday's practice and we have a tournament next weekend, so I can't do that. Ask my grandmother. No, she doesn't like Halloween candy. Which is a crime in and of itself. Eat the candy myself. No. No. Don't tell me to do that. I don't want to. It's all so sweet and it gives me a toothache and No. Were you saying something, Altair? I feel like I interrupted you.
Yes, I don't remember.
You'd say Miss Tuesday and just do some exercises, it would work out. It's a team sport. I can't miss the team practice, do some exercises, and expect to play well in the tournament. And it's not a team sport in the way, like, I don't know. What's a team sport that's not really a team sport? Like track? Climbing? It's a team sport that's like a team sport, you know? Like you have a team playing all together at once. There's a number of you out there playing together in unison, but not
like basketball.
Yeah, like basketball or volleyball or soccer or football, baseball, I guess ish. Yeah, baseball, softball. I think that's enough examples. Pay some children with one candy an hour to hand out bike. They would just take the candy and go home. I'm gonna be real. The one candy an hour is nothing. You think it was covering you? What? I wouldn't. Okay, hold on. I got distracted again. This is one of the reasons I stopped doing study streams, because it turned into just chatting streams and, like, not enough studying, you know? Out of system. There. I have done 6 basically completed flashcards of 135. We're almost there, guys. I'm almost there. What's your favorite Amazing Digital Circus character? Huh? What's an Amazing Digital Circus character?
Oh my god. The Amazing Digital Circus is a web series that just came out. The pilot just came out. It's quite good actually. It's like it's psychological horror, but it's like psychological in the horror in the way that like the whole storyline is people are trapped in a video game essentially. There's not really much horror than that. It's quite good. I watched it on stream a bit ago.
Nice.
Yeah. Me, Mischief, and Cakebird potentially are going to be cosplaying it.
Ooh, Pogas!
Yeah! You have, if you watch it, you have one guess as who my favorite character is.
Okay. Are midterms exams? Yes, they are exams. In the middle of the term. Yep. New thing for me to do after exams? Okay, go on. Alter, you know what sucks? Well, I got my final exam schedule, right? My one exam is on the Saturday after classes let out. Classes end Friday. My exam's on the Saturday.
No, that sounds awesome, bro.
No, it's awful because the class that I have that exam for, I am handing in an assignment and like there's a lecture on that Friday. Like new material is being taught to us on the Friday, and the final exam is on the Saturday. It's terrible.
Oh.
You're tired? Wait. What's the new thing for me after exams? What? Oh, watch Amazing Digital Circus. You know what? Remind me next week, and I will consider it. Because I'm going to be real. Oh, yes, thank you. I'm not going to remember.
Very good.
I'm going to make this an even 10 completed flashcards, and then it's probably time to go to bed. Man, I stay up so late during the winter, you know? You'd think it would be the opposite of like the way my schedules work, where, you know, I go to bed super early when it's still light out in the summer and I go to bed super late in the winter. You'd think it'd be the opposite. But it's not. You have your first missing assignment this year right now and you're so proud of yourself for going so long? I mean, you can always still hand it in. But congratulations. We're still in October. I need to carve a pumpkin. I should carve the pumpkin tomorrow. Or I could carve it Monday. Should I carve the pumpkin Monday or tomorrow?
Well, whenever you have time, possible.
Yeah. But I think I can make time both days. So which one should I make time?
I don't know. Do you want to do it tomorrow or the next day?
You're so right. It's not very helpful.
It's like, I don't know.
You have to carve a pumpkin too? Nice, nice. See, I'm gonna carve the pumpkin. I'm gonna carve it Monday so that it's not... Or I could carve it Tuesday morning. Just so it's not like sitting outside in the elements for super long. Because I kind of... Even though it's one I'll be using as a jack-o'-lantern, I kind of want to use it for cooking, you know? So, I should make sure it's exposed the least amount possible. You know? Because I don't want to just get a separate pumpkin to cook pumpkin things. Monday? You say Monday. Maybe I'll do Tuesday morning. I could do Tuesday morning. That's a Halloween thing to do.
Chat. Oh my god, it's Scribbles!
Oh, Scribbles, hello! Welcome in! Don't you cook with the insides? Well, I mean, I'll roast the pumpkin seeds, but usually I just compost the guts. And you cook with the meat of it, I guess would be the name. Is that wrong? That's not wrong. And you like boil it until it's mushy, and then you mush it up and you use the pumpkin mush. I'm torn right now between deciding, but you take that out when you carve it. Yeah, you take out the pumpkin seeds and like the goop guts. But I usually just like compost the goopy guts. You don't take out... When I say the meat, I mean like the skin, the shell. What do you call... What are the parts of a pumpkin?
I don't know, man.
Parts of a pumpkin. The skin. But it's not just skin. Pulp, shell. It's a shell. It's the rind, the flesh. The flesh of the pumpkin. You cook the flesh of the pumpkin. So not the guts. I mean, you could cook the guts. They're edible, but I usually don't. I usually just cook the flesh. And you boil it and then you just cook it like a squash because it's a squash. Don't you do it when you carve it too? Well, I mean, yeah, the bits that you carve out. But I could just use the entire pumpkin Scribbles. What web search am I using right now? Brave. Default. Whatever the default Brave is. I think I'm gonna do a classic, like triangle eyes, one tooth smile. You know? I think that's the design. Oh my gosh, I can have a picture of my jack-o'-lantern in the photo dump. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Wonderful. You just have a fake pumpkin in your office? That's so upsetting for you. You've never carved or cooked a pumpkin? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you. That sounds terrible. Guys, we finished 10. We've made it to 10. Wow.
Let's go.
Let's go. 10 of 100. We only have 125 left to go. Wow. Anyways, hold on. Let me just do a little who's live right now? Who's live right now? It's time for bed. Is there any other study streamers going on right now? Hold on. Oh, I forgot to change my tags for study stream. There's a few. I don't know. I'm always bad at deciding. You know what? Let's read the shiny one. Let's go to not a study streamer. All right, guys. All right. This is the end of stream. I repeat, I am ending. Thank you everyone so much for hanging out. I know this was not the usual fare of the Billy Bumble experience, but I'm glad you guys could hang out with me. For those of you that are new and haven't hit that follow button yet, it's absolutely free. You'll get a notification for when I go live next, which will be Monday at 6:30 Pacific time. That's 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. And I will see you guys then. Thank you, Ash. Thank you. Bye. Bye.